Do we honor God with our finances? Both of you must believe that. So that one does not give tithe and the other one is saying, why are you giving your money to Pastor T? It's because both of you don't have an understanding. You must be on the same page. This is why many people are afraid of joint account ownership. Because they realize that one person is the spender and the other one is the saver. So you realize that you are putting money in the thing and one person is just spending the money, and then you're fighting every day. Both of you must come together and say, how do we balance this thing? Why don't you guys come together and get a budget? How much is mortgage? How much are we paying for all the expenses? Like this one, Who should earn more money? The man or the woman? When a woman says to me, it does not matter who should earn more. The question I ask is that why did you not pay on your first date for the dinner you had? Both of you right now. So why did you not pay? Oh, the man paid. Why did you not offer to pay? Why? Why did you not offer to pay? That tells you that there's an expectation that this man must be able to put his bill. You understand? If you take the man home, the first time you took him home, tell me the question your parents asked.
What does he do? What do you do?
What does he do?
What does he do?
The monkey is on your back, and you tell me it doesn't matter. Have you ever taken a man to your house and they say, what does he do? He say, it doesn't do anything. This is the one you brought. He doesn't do anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? They hardly ask the woman. When they ask the woman, it's not because they expect her to foot the bill. They just want to know, okay, what does he do? That's all. Culturally, it matters. But spiritually, does it matter? No. Or should it matter? No, it should not. The two have become one. If it does not really matter, why are we having divorce now? Why am I having counseling every time about money? If it doesn't matter. It does matter. But we just don't want to agree on it, that it matters. It does matter. So what I say to people is that when you come together like that and you do your budget, and let's say he earns $6,000, she earns $4,500 a month. That's $10,500, right? Okay, can you do your budget? You realize that your budget comes to almost $6,000. So what I say to people is that both of you contribute to an account. But the one who earns more, either woman or man, should give more towards that $6,000. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then the rest, you can now decide if you are keeping a percentage in another account as savings for rainy day. And whatever remains, each individual can manage on their own. At that point, you would never hear any fight about money. Why? Because everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. And one person is paying for it. Not that you are tapping me and say, oh, BGI needs due. What do you mean by BGI needs due? It's due for both of us. It's due for both of us. Oh, the mortgage is due. It's due for both of us. But where people also have problem is who manages the money. Anyone that is better should manage the money. Because if he manages the money, he can sleep on the bill and not know that he's sleeping on the bill. And then the thing expires. If she's managing the money and she's very good with spreadsheet and making sure that money is paid and she does a direct whatever payment on all the expenses every month so that you don't have to fight over it, then let her do it. It doesn't make you less of a man if your woman is new. I just told you now about an account we run. It's the joint account for expenses. My wife has all the check and everything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, we came about that, not that it's a long time, but after a while, we just, you know what? We need to keep this. And that account is funded not from our salary, it's funded from money people have given us. Money people have given us. Do you understand? They just put it in the account. Just put it in the account. So when we're doing some corporate projects in the house or whatever, we're giving people money or that, I said, write a check for the person. And she knows what I mean by that. Now, it doesn't mean that even if I pay a lot of the bills in our house, I don't know the balance in our account. No. I still ask her, how much money do you have? If you guys, okay, we need to do this project and da. I'll need $50,000 from you. She writes the check. So the fact that you manage the rest does not mean you are the sole owner of the rest. It still belongs to us. So I can't ask you and say, no, don't. We have done the joint account. This one, I'm the one in charge of this. No. It doesn't work like that. If we have all said now that it really doesn't matter who owns. Okay. The final one. Sex. The issue with sex with men is that it is not a want, it is a need for men. So we have to understand it. We have to understand it. And for women, you can't take a woman to bed when you have made her not to be connected to you all day. It doesn't start at night, it starts in the morning. If you have not spoken to me all day, or you berated me, or you've done things, and you are not asking for bed, for sex at night, it's not going to work. A lot of men still don't understand this. A lot of men also still don't understand that it's not about you alone. It's about both of you. So that you should be able to sit down and talk about it. So that you are not the one that gets the excitement out of it, and then your wife is watching you and saying, really? Really? No. So you have to sit down and talk about it. There are things that other people do to their spouses and it's romantic for them. That might not be the one for your wife. So you have to ask her, what is it that I can do that will be romantic to you? If you ask my wife, it's not about bringing flowers. And the day I asked her and what she told me, I said, really? That one is simple. I can do that anytime. She said, just wash my car and clean my car. I'll clean the engine, sir. I'll clean the engine of the car. For you, it might sound so funny and so trivial, but that you are not my wife. She is the one. For her, you are the one that will have to find that out. So you can't go home and say, but Pastor Popo's son is washing car, your own too should be washing. No, no, you're not married to Pastor Popo. No, you're married to her. And that's how it works. And that's how you can keep this thing together. When a couple stays too long apart without sex, it separates them emotionally. So each time you say no, you are separating yourselves emotionally. And that once that emotion gets out of that marriage, there's no date night that you can do that can solve the problem.
As how do I phrase this? In the case where you lose your job or you have to take a sabbatical from work because you're focusing on your business and you're not really bringing in a lot of money, how do you kind of maintain that head of household masculinity when you're kind of down?
Yeah, I'm saying you don't need that masculinity. That's what I've said, especially when I talked about having a joint account. But how do you deal with such issue? Is that you have to have an understanding with your wife, the spouse, that this is what I'm about to do. We're going to a period where money might be tight. And if we all say it doesn't matter, then why should masculinity come into play? It doesn't matter now. That's what I was telling you, that the practicality of it doesn't matter. It will soon hit you very soon. Do you understand what I'm saying? But the bottom line is that you have to watch your expenses. My advice to people has always been that both you and your spouse should have jobs, but your expenses should be able to be covered by one income. That's the only way you will not be under pressure, by one income. So that if anybody loses their income, one income is still going to cover your expenses. Do you understand? But if you go out of your league, and you get whatever, you just find out that with one income you're not able to cope. And that's why the pressure begins to come in. The pressure begins to come in. And then but hey, if I'm in school or I'm setting up a business, I don't need to lose any masculinity over that at all. At all. At all. Because the question of time, the business will grow. Yeah. And then start paying for it. Understand? What I'm saying is that don't tie your masculinity to money or provision to your spouse or to your family. Don't tie it. Don't tie it. Don't tie it to it. We've said so many things here that are very instructive. That having money is seasonal. So if you tie it to it, the season you don't have money, you lose the masculinity. Yes, no? So don't tie it to it. Don't tie it to it. There is more to you that you bring into the relationship, more than I'm the one paying for A and B and C. Now, does that mean that you should not pay? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, don't tie it to it. You understand? So don't tie yourself, to a particular function or job or something that you do, and you say without it, you come to church, you join the choir, and you are singing. So the day you are not singing, so you are no longer a member of the church, or you are not a Christian again. Yes, no. So don't tie it to position. Don't tie anything to position.